What up, Naughty Steppers? Connor Whitmore here again with another review for you on the Nawtystep channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing a live review of the new track from TroyBoi and Skrillex, Warlordz. The collaboration between two of the finest producers in bass music is finally here. Well, I mean, we only really knew about it for a couple of weeks officially, but it was a long 2 weeks, okay? Skrillex arriving off the back of the recently released Dog Blood EP alongside Boys Noise, and TroyBoi with yet another single in between his Vibes EP series. This man is an absolute machine. On paper, this collaboration is great, and honestly, one that I wished for a few years ago, but never thought would happen. Especially great seeing as Skrillex is featuring, and it isn't a collaboration in the strictest sense. Gave me the impression that the chameleonic Skrillex would be adapting his style to TroyBoi's, which I was all for. Sonny has dabbled in trap and downtempo in the past, so thinking of the bouncy, wavy song that they could come up with gave me all the tingles. However, at the same time, I had a feeling that they would spring some sort of a surprise with this collab, which is why I'm doing a live review as opposed to a full track review. Want to capture that potential surprise. For those that aren't familiar, a live review is me listening to the track for the first time whilst recording. Kinda like a reaction video, but more about the review and response side of it. So I will be stopping the track at various points in order to give my thoughts while listening. But here we go, the wait is finally over. TroyBoi and Skrillex with Warlordz. Let's do it. First off though, before we get listening, can we please just appreciate this artwork? It's some sort of Greek mythology / King Kong sort of thing going on here. Appreciating this vibe. I mean, the drawings are really cool. I like how TroyBoi is about to absolutely slaughter this gorilla, and the look on his face is just completely plain, you know, completely gormless, no emotion, nothing. Just getting on, cracking on with my day job, gonna kill a load of gorillas. Love it, love it. And then Skrillex all up in here with his mighty abs and big old muscles. Just looking at a massive 8-foot gorilla, like, jumping at him with, again, no expression. But it's just funny how he's kind of looking at him like, yeah, I know what's coming, mate, and I know what I'm gonna have to do, but yeah, I just can't really get enough of their facial expressions. I'm really liking this as a concept. It's really out there and different and funny, to be fair. Maybe, perhaps, hopefully, it's reflected in the music itself. But now, on with the live review. That is very good. Very good. It's like a really deep, croaking, belching kind of noise, but it's also got this kind of ritualistic feel to it. I'm really enjoying that aspect of it. Kind of like summoning all of the people who have been waiting for this collab. Just having a kind of summoning circle, if you will, for all of the people that want to check out what this song is all about. That does actually fit with the artwork already at this point. Okay. Okay, I think there might be a double drop at this point, but yeah, just gonna get some quick thoughts out on that. I really like the build. It kind of spiraled up, but not in a massive way. It kind of had those wubs in the background, those screeches as well, like they weren't too at the forefront. They really kind of prepared you for what was coming, and I really like the way, as I said, that it sort of spiraled out of control, but not really. The drop that followed, it's alright. I mean, it is the surprise that I was thinking of. It's a rhythmy kind of drop. There's a lot of quite harsh sounds in there. But there is a part of me that just thinks this track needs unleashing a bit. You know, it seems quite contained. And I like that about the build, but with the drop, it doesn't seem to be kind of throwing itself at you all that much. Yeah, now that I listen to it again and noticing more and more that it is a rhythmy kind of drop, I'm just like, I mean, of all the different kinds of music that Skrillex has done, and also TroyBoi, to be fair, did you really have to do rhythm? It's not blowing me away by any means, I can't lie. To be fair, I do really like the tribal theme running through it. It's always nice when there's kind of a pairing between the music and the artwork itself. I think that's good. I do appreciate the primal feel to it running through, even though the stuff on top isn't quite grabbing me so much yet. But who knows, it could grab me more and more the more I listen to it. and I will be listening to this one a fair few times, that's for sure. I really like those vocal gasps before the second drop. Those were great. But yeah, the second drop, or a double drop, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I mean, it's just carrying on in the same vein, and I can't lie again, I'm just not really getting that much from it. And you know, with these two, you expect something pretty cleanly put together, but I'm not even sure it's markedly so in that respect. Those scratchy, teary synths on the top are just kind of distracting from any cleanness that we're getting from the percussion. That was good. This is just, it's too empty. Like, I don't know what's going on here. I feel like I can say what I feel with these guys, you know, because these guys are at the absolute top. They are the elite when it comes to producing bass music, but it just doesn't feel like enough is going on here. I do like that section, to be fair. It's got a nice kind of emotion to it, kind of reaching up to the heavens kind of vibe. This is the point in the track where I feel I can hear their styles coming together really well. Their drums are pretty immaculate. Heavenly sort of feel to those vocals and that chopping, which is arguably what TroyBoi is best at. But yeah, carrying on. How much longer? About 50 seconds to go. Interesting. This dreamy bit is quite nice. I wonder where it's going to go. And there we go. Bloody hell. That was a nice little outro section there, and I think the more I listen to it and kind of knowing that that section is at the end, I'll appreciate it much more. But obviously at that point, listening to it for the first time, you're expecting another little dose of heaviness to come. But I mean, potentially that's for the better with this track, honestly. As with all the live reviews from now on, I'm going to give some final thoughts. Got some questions that I wrote before I listened to the track. So yeah, just going to answer them now. What did you enjoy about the song? Quite a few aspects, to be honest. I think the drums throughout were pretty great. And I like the tribal sort of primal theme running through it. I think the outro, kind of midsection / outro thing, I'm going to really enjoy the more I listen to the track. And yeah, there's certain elements aside from the heaviest parts, I must say, that I did really enjoy. And also the introduction, which I think really worked to kind of set the scene and establish that kind of likeness with the artwork. What did you not enjoy about it? I'm gonna have to say all of the heaviest parts. I mentioned this earlier, but it's like they could have gone with any kind of genre that either of these two have dipped into. In the past, you know, Skrillex has done so many different genres, and TroyBoi has done his fair few as well. Why did they have to go for rhythm? I'm like, you kind of count on a specific selection of artists not to do that. And you know, I'm not saying that they can't do what they want. Honestly, of course they can. But thinking about the potential of like a really wavy, bouncy song that they could have come up with. Rhythm is that thing at the moment that kind of everyone is going for. And you do kind of count on some people not to play into that trend and just think, oh, people are doing it and people are liking it, so I'm going to do it. But I suppose Skrillex had to have his kind of stamp on that genre, and you know, fair enough with him for doing that. But did he really have to do it on the TroyBoi collab? I'm not going to lie, I do feel a little bit let down. And that's not even just because of the style. I think the delivery as well wasn't quite on point for me. I mean, they could have made an insane rhythm track for all I know, for all we know, and I could have ended up loving it and been like, you know what, these guys are one of the best, you know, couplings or duos or whatever, pairings to have done rhythm full stop, and they've really shown people how to do the genre and whatnot. But nah, I mean, the drops, they're a bit scant in places, there's not quite enough going on, and other moments where the sounds are too scratchy and teary, and they very much distract from the overall cleanness of the track, which is delivered by the percussion. Is it a good representation of their combined styles? Yeah, short and simple answer for this one. In pretty much every section on this track, I would say yeah, apart from the drops. Fair enough for doing a rhythm drop, that's what they wanted to do, but it doesn't strike me as a TroyBoi and Skrillex song in that regard in any way. Overall, how do you feel about it? I think on first listen, and don't forget people, I have only listened to it one time. On that first listen, I am not overly enthused. I think, yeah, I can't just lie and pretend and sit here and say this is what I expected from these two. And I don't think it's unfair to be like, yeah, I had a kind of idea going into it of what it would sound like. I expected something much more rounded, whole, kind of full, complete in terms of how the sounds are defined and developed. But this one, it just feels a little bit loose, not quite what you would expect from these two. So on that basis, I don't feel great about it. But on the other hand, I've only listened to it once, as I said, so I do really look forward to listening to it more and more times and kind of understanding the relationship, not only between all of the sounds on show, but also between all of the different sections and kind of how the track develops and progresses and mutates, as it were. So yeah, on the basis of that first listen, not massively enthused or hyped about it, but I think over time that could change, and as I said, I am looking forward to hearing it again and again. But there we have it guys, my thoughts on the new track from TroyBoi and Skrillex, Warlordz. What did you guys make of it? Do you have any favourite moments from this song? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, then be sure to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell along the way. Social media accounts in the description box down below. For some other live reviews on the channel, check out the link right here. And lastly, if it's naughty, then you know guys, so be sure, as always, to keep it naughty and stay safe. And I shall see all of you legends in the next one. Peace out.